thanks so much for joining me. So today I've got 2 ways of making a little notebook, little bits of ephemera to go in journals, and I've done them very basic and very simple with new crafters in mind. But there's 2 ways of making these. You don't have to glue anything and you don't have to sew anything. Quick and easy notepads. And then I've decorated with vintage style book covers and a small digital from one of my collections. But I will show you throughout the video as I go through. I'll give you alternative ways of making them if you don't have exactly what I've got, and also alternative ways and ideas of decorating. So if you want to make these cute, quick and easy little notebooks, so simple to make, get comfy and let's make some together. Okay, so let's show you how they're made. So you're going to need either one piece of cardstock folded in half or 2 separate ones. So if you use a full one, it wants to be 6. Getting my measurements wrong. Just bear with me. 6 by 4, and then just obviously score it at 3, or 2 pieces, which are 3 by 4 each. Okay, so what you want to do now, this one I've cut from a file folder, so it's already got like score marks in it. If you don't have score marks in it, what you want to do is just do what's going to be the front, and just make a quick score on the short side at 1/2 inch. It's just going to make your cover open nicely. Okay, so I'm going to show you both ways. So I'm just going to fold that so I can ink it. And mine will fold both ways without cracking, so I'm alright. So I'm just going to quickly ink that, just to give it a bit of definition. And I've already inked all the way around the edges. So then you want some just standard, lightweight, cheap and cheerful copy of paper. Now I've cut mine to just under 6, not even 1/8 of an inch, just under 6 by just under 4, so that when it's folded, because when you fold several sheets of paper, they kind of grow. It sounds daft, but they kind of grow. Okay, so to allow for the bulk, you cut it ever so slightly smaller, not loads, just a bit, and then just check that when it's in there that it's not protruding too much. Okay, and especially if you've got it folded, because you've got extra bulk there, so it may well protrude. If it does, just trim a bit more off. Okay, so all you do with, if it's folded like that, okay, put it in. So I'll do one with folded and one with cut. I'm going to put clips on both sides to keep the papers where I want them. Then all you need to do is grab a hole punch. I have a crocodile, but you can use a standard hole punch. Just make sure before I start that those papers are all the way in. Clip them in place, okay, and then just punch a hole. If you want to measure it, measure it. I'm not too worried. Okay, and punch a hole there. Okay, so I'll prep the second one, but we're going to bind this in a different way. So here are my pages. Okay, so again, I'm just going to line up the front and back, line them up where I want them, and then I'm going to clip them in place, top and bottom. Keep those pages so they don't move about, and again, punch my holes. Like I say, I'm not measuring it. You can if you want. I'll try and stay in shot. I think I'm zoomed in a little bit too far, to be honest, but we'll make do and mend. Let me just make sure I'm in shot. I'll have to keep an eye on the camera. I'm just doing it by eye. Okay, it's just a little notebook. If you want to measure it, measure it. There's no shame in that. We're all friends here. Okay, so let me just get rid of these bits. So let me just bob that to one side, and we're going to do the first method. So the first method is using a hair bobble. I've just taken it out of my hair. I am really only kidding. So you can buy these kind of hair bobbles fairly cheap. And these are the thin ones, not the thick, bulky ones. Just cheap and cheerful, okay? Then you want to grab yourself a paper clip. Doesn't really matter what size it is. Mine happen to be, I think they're about 2 inches. Okay, so you feed the hair bobble from the back through the hole. Okay, and immediately attach to your paper clip. Just bear with me if I'm a little bit fingers and thumbs. I'm having coordination problems this week. Losing the plot. I'm ready for glue factory. Okay. And then put the other one through the other side. Okay. And then with this one, slide it all the way to the bottom of the paper clip so that you've then got this bit showing again. And you want to pull that elastic band, and you can use those little mini rubber bands as well for this. They're even cheaper if you can get them. And that holds that like so. So that's one way of binding your little notebook. And then to decorate it, you grab yourself some book page, cut to, you know, just a little bit shorter than your paper clip. My paper clip's 2 inches, so I've cut this to about 1.5. And then, so this is just dictionary paper. I'm just going to wrap it around. Okay. Again, just bear with me because my hand-eye coordination isn't good at the best of times, and it's even worse this week. I went to the car park the other day. I'll do a little story while I do this. I went to the car park the other day, and our car park in our town is called the King's Gate. If you've ever been to Huddersfield, you'll have parked there. And what you do is you park your car and it recognises your number plate. You go get a ticket, and then when you come back from shopping, you put your ticket in the machine. It recognises it, knows that you've paid, and you just have to go out. You don't even have to put the ticket in the barrier. So I drives up to the barrier, and I'm thinking, this barrier's not working, what's going on? I'd forgotten, totally and utterly forgotten to pay. And that's just about how my week's gone. Just about how it's gone. Right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to trim it a little bit because I'm going to glue it from the underneath. So because this elastic band's stretchy, I can manipulate it a bit and just trim that. And then you've got like a hidden paper clip, but you can decorate it further. Okay, get off. A little bit of glue. Okay. Pull that quite tight so it's not bagging, slipping all over the place. Adjust it where you want it, you know, so it's central on your paper clip, and then press that glue down. Okay. Just make sure that's not all twisted, and that's going to hold your little book. And then obviously you can decorate that paper clip further. Remove your clips, then grab yourself, I'm going to use this one, a little book cover. Okay, I'm going to just gently distress mine. So I am going to be doing like a little kit with book covers and mini books in for you to make, like miniature ones, to make a miniature library. So keep your eyes out. It's in the planning stages. I've not finished it yet. And I'm also going to design, inspired by one of my crafty friends, a little bookcase to put the miniature books on. But I'm also going to be doing other things in the kit with bigger size book covers as well. Add some more ink on there, Amanda, it's dry as a bone. So keep your eyes out. I don't know, it'll be at some point this month, whenever I've finished it. Okay. Ink that. And that should just glue straight on there. And obviously you can decorate the back if you want. You can decorate them as much as you want. You could even put a little pocket on the back with a little mini tag. There's all sorts you could do. I'm just giving you the bare bones of the idea. Okay. So that's the first one. Okay, and these are digital images of vintage books. Okay. So that's the first one. How cute is that? And then because I'll just refold that. Because you've got that little score line there, it'll open nicely. Okay. So that's one that'll look cute, just tucked in a little pocket as part of your journal ephemera. Okay, so the second one is even easier. And the idea of these is that if maybe you're new to journaling or you don't have heaps of supplies, you can make these with very little supplies. Okay, you don't need any fancy tools. You know, if you don't have a hole punch, poke a hole with something sharp. Okay, you'll be fine, you'll be golden. Right, so with this one, we're just going to use twine. So, or string. So like I say, anybody can find some twine or string or embroidery floss or wool or anything. So these are little mini projects that you can have a go at without the need for expensive items or tools. So all you need to do with this, pull it tight, tighten a knot. You can tighten a bow if you want. I can't do bows, I'm rubbish at them, so I'm pulling it quite tight. Obviously, if you want, you can put eyelets in there. I haven't used eyelets because I'm mindful of people that don't have every supply item that, I may have or you may have or whatever. Okay, pull that tight. Tighten a bow if you want. Okay, it would look cute. You could use ribbon. You can use anything. Okay. So that's the next one. So let's find a little book cover. Let's do this one. So this is one that I've shrunk down from one of my kits, the Secret Garden kit. Okay, and obviously at the beginning of the video I will have shown you, and on the thumbnail, I will have done some more by the time I take my photos, so that there'll be a few different ones with different covers for you to look at. Now you don't have to use what I've got, you can just leave them plain, you can stamp them, you can use up scrapbooking paper, you could, draw your own design on, you can do what you want, okay? But the thing is, the bare bones, if you make several of these, put them to one side, you can make them to coordinate whatever project you're making. So it's a lovely quick batch make without having to stress your brain too much. And obviously you don't have to stick to the sizes that I've done. You can take the principle and you can make them bigger. Just bear in mind that if you use the elastic band method, it'll only stretch so far. That's upside down, Amanda. Okay, and then just layer that on there, and that will coordinate with all of my Secret Garden stuff. So there you go, that's how they're made. Quick and easy to make. Anybody can make them. You don't need heaps of supplies. Go and have some fun. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, thumbs up, subscribe and leave me a comment. Bye for now.